Hi everybody. This class we are going to discuss some problems in percentage. Before going into the percentage, I want to give two concepts. Number one is anything is 100%. Any number, suppose let us take x. X is equal to 100% of x. Anything is 100%. That is most important. Percentage in the sense, this is equal to 1 by 100. 100% is nothing but 1. So therefore any number is 100%. This is first concept. Second concept, calculating the percentage. For calculating the percentage, suppose I have 120. What is 10% of 120? You have to calculate. You have to make a 10% means you have to make a dot after one digit from the right. Okay. You have to calculate 10% means you have to make a dot after one digit from the right. So what is 10%? Simply I can write 12. What is 20%? 24. What is 30%? 36. What is 15%? 10% is 12. 5% is 6. Therefore 15% is 18. What is 4%? So 1% is nothing but you have to make a dot, everything in mind. Okay, you don't make dot here. You have to make everything. You have to do it in mind. 1% is nothing but 1.2. 4% is nothing but 4.8. 14% is nothing but 10% is 12. 4% is 4.8. 12 plus 4.8, therefore 16.8. 14% is nothing but 10% is 12. 4% is 4.8. Therefore 12 plus 4.8, 16.8. So therefore we have to calculate like that. Okay. So we can calculate percentage at all numbers. Okay. Now, in an election between two candidates, one got 55% of the total valid votes. 20% of the votes were invalid. If the total number of votes was 7,500, the number of valid votes that the other candidate got was, so here the total number of votes was 7,500. So I am going to take the total number of votes is 100. I am going to take the total number of votes is 100. Okay. Now I am going to calculate all those things for 100. Then after whatever the result we have, then I am going to multiply this 75 into 100. You will be getting the result for 7,500. Because if I take the total number of votes is 100, the calculation will be very easy. Okay, very simple. So if I calculate for this 100, then I can multiply it by 75. Then the result is true for 7,500. That is 7,500. Okay. So now the total value, the total number of votes is 100. 20% of the votes were invalid. 20% of the votes were invalid. 20% is nothing but 20. Because So 10% is 10, 20% is 20. So therefore this is invalid vote. Therefore this is invalid. So the valid vote is 80. 80 is valid vote. Okay. One candidate got 55% of the total valid votes. So now I am going to calculate 55%. 10% is 8. What I told? If you calculate 10%, you have to make a dot after one digit from the right. So therefore 10% is nothing but 8. 50% is nothing but 40. 5 into 8. 10% is 8. 50% is 5 into 8. Therefore 40. 5% is, we know that 10% is 8. 5% is 4. Therefore 50% is 40. 5% is 4. Therefore 44. So therefore first candidate got 55 votes. Sorry, how much? 40 plus 4, 44 votes. Understood? 55% of 80. How to calculate? 10% is 80, 8. 50% is 40. 5% is 4. So therefore 44 votes. What is the other candidate? Second candidate got, so total valid vote is 80. So first candidate got was 44. So the second candidate is 80 minus 44. Therefore 36 votes. So therefore the answer is the number of valid votes that the other candidate got was 36 votes for the total votes 100. Okay. Now the total vote is actually 7,500. We have to multiply it. 75 into 36. 75 into 36. So therefore ultimately we get, so this is the total number of votes the second candidate got. The total number of valid votes the second candidate got. So therefore here multiplication is, already I told you that simple multiplication. 6 5s are 30, remaining 3. 6 7s are 42. 42 plus 15, 42 plus 15, 57. 57 plus 3, 60. Remaining 6. 3 7s are 21. 21 plus 6, therefore 27. 21 plus 6, that is 27. So therefore the answer was 2,700. The second candidate got the vote was the 2,700. Okay, clear? So therefore you have to use this concept, we will use later. So these are all the things. Okay, good. The second question is, a student has to obtain 33%, has to obtain 33% of the total marks of the total marks to pass. He got 125 marks. He got 125 marks and failed by 40 marks. Failed by 40 marks. The maximum marks. maximum marks. The maximum mark is, okay, here a student has to obtain 33% of the total marks to pass. The pass percentage is 33%. Suppose he has got 125 marks and failed by 40. So suppose he has got 165, definitely has passed. So therefore, the 125 marks, a student has got 125 marks and failed by 40. So therefore, the pass mark is 125 plus 40. This is equal to 165 is the pass mark. So this is nothing but 33% of the maximum mark. This is nothing but 33% of the maximum mark. Okay. So the pass mark is nothing but 33%. We can calculate. Okay. So therefore 33% of the total marks is 165. So what will be the maximum marks? What will be the maximum marks? So 165, I am going to give another concept. This 165 is 33%. We have to calculate the total mark. The any mark is 100%. So I need 100%, but I have only 33%. How to convert? This 165 is divided by 33. This is nothing but 33%. If you divide this 33, you will be getting 1%. You will be getting 1%. If you multiply it by 100, you will be getting 100%. So 165 divided by 33 is nothing but, because 165 is 33%. 165 is 33%. Therefore 165 can be divided into 33 parts. If divided by 33, you will be getting 1 part, that is 1%. Into 100, you will be getting the 100%, which is our required maximum mark. So therefore this is equal to, we can calculate. So therefore this is 5. So 5 into 100. Therefore answer is 500. Very simple. Or otherwise 165 is equal to 33% of x. X is equal to 165 divided by 300. So by 100 going to in numerator, that is 100. So therefore you will be getting the same. But the concept is, suppose you have a number of certain percentage, then you will be calculating the total number you can calculate by using this concept. Understood? So therefore what I am coming to say is 165 is 33%. If 165 is divided by 33, you will be getting 1%. If you multiply it by 100, you will be getting 100%. Okay. So the maximum mark is 100%, out of which 33% is pass. 33% is a pass mark. Understood? So therefore the answer is 500. The third question is, a man spends A man spends 35% of his income, 35% of his income on food, 25% on children's education, on education, and 80% of the remaining, on house rent, on house rent. What percentage of his income? What percentage of what percent of income is left with. So a man spends 35% of his income on food, 25% on education, and 80% of the remaining on house rent. Then what percentage of the income is left with, is having? Finally, what percentage of the income he is having at the hand? This is the question. Now, this type of questions, let us take the income is equal to 100. Income is 100. Now, because they are asking only percentage, if you take the income is 100, whatever the value we have finally, that is nothing but percentage because of 100. Okay. Now, a man spends 35% of his food. So, food, how much he is spending? 35 rupees. Okay, out of 100, 35 rupees he is spending for food. 25% on education. Out of 100, 25 is for education. 25 rupees is for education. What is the remaining? So here is 30, 50, 60 rupees for food and education. The remaining is 50, 60. So the remaining is 40. The remaining is 40. Okay. And 80% of the remaining. 80% of the remaining. So we have to calculate 80% on 40. Okay. So therefore now he is having 40 rupees after food and education expenditure. Here 80% of the remaining. Here 10% is 4. 8% is 8 into 4, 32 rupees. 32 rupees. 32 rupees is for what? Rent, house rent. So therefore, the remaining is after spending all those things, the remaining is only 8. The remaining is only 8. So out of 100 rupees, after all the expenditures, so he is having only rupees 8. So therefore, 8% of the income is having at hand. Understood? So therefore, the answer is 8%. Therefore, the 8% of the income is left with. Okay, good. So therefore, this is question number 3. Then 4. Fourth question is, if the price of a book is first decreased by 25% and then increased by 20%, then the net change in the price will be so here I am going to give the concept based solution and shortcut. So this is concept based solution, this is a shortcut. Okay, concept in the sense, okay, suppose the price of the book is 100. The price of the book is 100. First decreased by 25%. So therefore 25% decrease. You will be getting 75%. 75 rupees. Okay. Because 25% of 100 is 25% of 100 is 25. So therefore 25 rupees decreased, and then increased by 20%. Then it is increased by 20% on 75. On 75. So therefore 10% is what? 7.5. 20% is 15. So therefore then that 20 then it is increased. 15 increased. 15 increased. So therefore now the price of the book is 75, 80, 90. Okay. So therefore the net change in the price. So out of the MRP is 100. After giving one discount, one decrease, one increase, ultimately you will be getting 90. So therefore out of 100, 10% is decreased. Out of 100, the 10% is decreased. Now because 100 ultimately comes 90, so therefore overall effect, the net result is 10% decrease. 10% decrease. This is the answer. This is conceptualized answer. Shortcut means x plus y plus xy by 100. This is most important formula. So you can use this formula for maximum number of questions. You can use this formula for many number of questions. Suppose you have to take increase positive, decrease negative. Ultimately, if you get positive, the net result increases. Ultimately, you will be getting negative, that net result decrease. Plus means increase, minus means decrease. Here, first decreased. How much? 25% decrease. So you will be taking 25 here. Simply 25. Decrease means what? Minus. And then increased by 20%. Increase means plus. Plus 20. So one is decreased, one is increased. Here decreased into increased, plus into minus, therefore again minus. Plus into minus is minus. So therefore 25 into 20 divided by 100. So therefore, so this is 5 times. So here is 5. So therefore ultimately minus 25 plus 20, this is equal to minus 5. Minus 5 again minus 5. So therefore minus 5 minus 5. Therefore answer is minus 10. So therefore net result is minus stands for decrease. So therefore the answer is 10% decrease. The answer is 10% decrease. Understood? So you can use this formula. Okay. Similarly, I can tell one more thing also. Suppose X% increase, then X% decrease successively. Suppose X% is increase, then X% is decrease, and X% is decrease successively, then ultimately x by 10 the whole square percentage always decrease. Always decrease. That is most important. X% increase. Next, the X% is decrease. So therefore, then ultimately x by 10 the whole square percentage is always decrease. This is also one important result. For example, suppose I have 100 rupees. First I am increasing 10%, 110. Then I am decreasing the same 10%. So 110, what is the 10% of 110? 11. Decreasing means minus 11. 110 minus 11 is equal to 99. So that 100 becomes 99. So therefore 1% always decrease. 1% always decrease. So formula you can take it. How much percentage increase? 10% increase, 10% increase. You take here 10. So therefore 10 by 10. So therefore 1 squared is equal to 1. Therefore 1% always decrease. Understood? Suppose 20% increase, 20% decrease. So then here suppose this is 100, 20% increase means 120, 20% decrease means 10% is 12, 20% is 24. I can subtract 24. Therefore, you will be getting 96. Therefore, 4%, 100 becomes 96, 100 becomes 96. Therefore, 4% decrease. You substitute here. X is equal to 20. 20 by 10 is 2. 2 the whole square is 4. 4% always decrease. Okay. So this is concept. This is a shortcut. Okay. So therefore, this question the answer is 10% decrease. Then the question number 5 is Gaurav spends 30% of his monthly income on food articles and 40% of the remaining 40% of the remaining on conveyance and clothes and saves 50% of the remaining. 50% of the remaining. If his monthly salary is, rupees 18,400, how much money how much money does he save every month? Okay, here also I am going to take the monthly salary. Monthly salary is equal to 100. After calculating everything, I can multiply it by 184. Therefore, you will be getting 18,400. Why I am taking this 100? The calculation is very easy for 100. Good. So the monthly salary is 100. Gaurav spends 30% of his monthly income on food. So for food, 30%, that is 30 rupees he is spending. 40% of the remaining, that is most important. After spending 30 rupees for food, the remaining is 70 rupees. The remaining is 70 rupees. 40% of the remaining on conveyance and clothes. Conveyance and clothes. 40% of the remaining. Remaining is 70. I can calculate 40%. 10% is 7. 40% is 4 into 7, 28. 28. So therefore 2. Therefore 42. Remaining is 42. And saves 50% of the remaining. So here the 50% of the remaining. What is 50%? So this is 42, 50% is 21. This 21 rupees is for savings. So out of 100, he is saving rupees 21. Okay. Out of 100 is 21. So now we have to calculate 18400 we have to calculate. So therefore you will be getting 184 into 21. If you multiply it by 10, you will be getting 1840, again 1840, then 1 times 184, 4, 12, 16, 1, 10, 18. So therefore 3, 3864. So therefore the answer is 3864. So a person is rupees 3864 rupees for is saving for his monthly salary. Okay, so therefore he saves rupees 3864 for his monthly salary of rupees 18,400. Okay, so therefore this is the way of calculating this. Okay, then the sixth question is, four not five sweets were distributed equally among children in such a way that the number of sweets received by each child is 20% of the total 20% of the total number of children. 20% of the total number of children. How many sweets did each child receive? This is the question. Okay. Totally 405 sweets are there, were distributed equally among children in such a way that the number of sweets received by each child is 20% of the total number of children. How many sweets did each child receive? So therefore this is a very simple concept. Let x be the number of sweets. X be the number of sweets received by each candidate, each child. Okay. Here is 405 sweets. So x number of sweets are distributed to each child. Therefore 405 divided by x. Each child gets x number of sweets. Totally 405 sweets we have. Each child gets x number of sweets. So therefore 405 divided by x number of sweets, this is equal to total number of children. These are all concepts. What is the concept? Totally 405 sweets. One child gets x number of sweets. So therefore 405 divided by x is equal to total number of children. Okay. Now the number of sweets received by each child is x. Therefore x is equal to 20% of 20% percentage means 20 by 100 into 20% of the total number of children. Of means what? Into total number of children is what? 405 divided by x. That's all. Very simple concept. X is equal to the number of sweets received by each child is equal to 20% of the total number of children. That's all. So therefore here is 5. So therefore 5x squared. Here is also you can 8 5s are 40. 1 5s are 5. Therefore 1 5 is 5. So therefore x squared is equal to, this implies x squared is equal to 81. Therefore again this implies x is equal to 9. Very simple concept. Each child receives x number of sweets. We have total number of sweets. Total number of sweets divided by certain number of sweets given to each child. Therefore total number, it is equal to total number of candidate. So therefore answer is 9. So therefore each child receives 9 number of sweets. Next question is, if 75% of a number is added to 75, then the result is itself. The result is itself. The result is the itself. The result is the number itself. Is the number itself. Is the number itself. That number is. The question is the number is. Okay. So concept we can do it. So formula we can do it. What is the formula? 75% of a number x. 75% of a number x is added to 75 plus 75. 75% of x is added to 75. Then the result number is itself. What is that number? X. That number is x. So you will be getting what? 75 by 100 into x, or x 75 is equal to x minus 75% of x. So you will be getting 25% of x is 75. So therefore x is equal to 75 divided by 25 into 100. So therefore, this is equal to 3. The answer is 300. This is what we have taken in the question itself. We will be getting it. Next concept is 75% of a number. Anything is 100%. Anything is 100%. But 75% of a number is added to 75. Then you will be getting the number itself. Okay. Suppose the number is 100%. 75% is added to 75. If you add 25% of the 75% is equal to, you will be getting 100%. So therefore, the 75% is nothing but 25%. Then only you will be getting the same number. 75% of any number, that number is 100%. 75% is already over. Remaining is 25%. If you add this 25% to this 75%, you will be getting 100%. How much we are adding? Only 75. That 75 is nothing but 25%. That 75 is nothing but 25%. But 75 is 25%. 50% is 150. 100% is 300. 100% is 300. This is one way. So 25% is 75. For 75 is divided by 25, we will be getting 1%. Into 100, we will be getting 100%, which is our required number. So therefore, again you will be getting 300. Again you will be getting 300. So this is the concept. 75% of a number is added to 75, we will be getting the same number. Upon 75% of a number, that number, we are taking 75% of that number, the remaining is 25 only. That the 25 is added to that, again we will be getting the same. So therefore, that the 25 is nothing but 75. For 25% is 75, therefore what is 100%? 25% is 75, what is 100%? That is nothing but 300. That is nothing but 300. Eighth question is, if A's height is if A's height is 40% less than that of B, how much percentage B's height, how much percent B's height is more than that of A? So here is concept, here is shortcut. Here is shortcut. What is concept? A's height is 40% less than that of B. Suppose B's height is 100. A's height is less than 40% less. But A's height is 60. 40% less. 40% of 100 is equal to 40. 100 minus 40 is equal to 60. How much percentage B's height is more than that of A? How much percentage B's height is more than that of A? So therefore, how much is more? 40 is more from where? 60. So therefore, the base is 60. So therefore, rupees 40 over 60 is more. Understood? So therefore, 40 divided by 60 into 100 which is equal to, okay, so therefore which is equal to, this is 40 divided by 60, so 2 by 3. This is equal to 2 by 3 into 100, because 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6. 2 by 3 into 100 is equal to 66. 66 2 by 3 percentage. 66, this is concept. A is 40% less than this. B is how much percentage greater than this. Shortcut I am going to give. Suppose 40% is less than this means, so therefore that either greater than or less than is nothing but x divided by 100 plus or minus x percentage. How much is greater than? Shortcut. In general, I am telling you, A is x percentage less than B. A is x percentage less than B, number 1. Then how much percentage B is greater than A? So therefore here is less, here is greater than means the denominator should be less. Okay, number 2, A is X percentage greater than B. A is X percentage greater than B, then how much percentage B is less than A is, answer is, because less than means X divided by 100 plus X percentage into 100 percentage into 100 percentage into 100 percentage. So here A is 40 percentage less. A is 40 percentage less. How much percentage? B says more than that of A. More than that of A means denominator should be 40 divided by more than that of A means denominator should be 100 minus 40 into 100 percentage into 100 percentage. Therefore 40 by 60 into 100 percentage, 45 60 into 100, this is equal to 66 2 by 3. Very simple. So this is the logic. The same logic is applied to if the price of the commodity increases, okay, then the consumption automatically decreases if whenever the expenditure is same. We are not able to spend more or less. The expenditure is fixed. Suppose the price of the commodity increases, automatically we should decrease the consumption. We should decrease the consumption. So therefore, if the expenditure is same, the price is increased, the consumption is decreased. So the same concept, same formula we can apply. Understood? So therefore, in this question, answer is 66 2 by 3. The 9th question is, A's salary is A's salary is 40% of B's salary. A's salary is 40% of B's salary, which is 25% of C's salary. 25% of C's salary. What percentage of C's salary is? What percentage of C's salary is A's salary? So here is only percentage involved. So let us take C's salary is equal to 100. Let us take C's salary is equal to 100. B's salary, which is 25% of C's salary. Therefore, B's salary is 25% of C's salary. So therefore, B is equal to 25% of C's salary. So B is nothing but 25. A's salary is 40% of B's salary. B's salary is 25. What is the 40%? 10% is 2.5. 40% is 40 into 2.5. So therefore 10. So therefore C's salary is 10 rupees. So A's salary is 10 rupees. A's salary is 10 rupees. So therefore what percentage of C's salary is A's salary? So therefore what percentage of C's salary is A's salary? Therefore simply I can write 10%. That means what? A's salary is what percentage of C's salary? So therefore otherwise I can write what percentage of X percentage of what percentage of C's salary? C's salary is 100 is that is equal to A salary. What is A salary? A salary is rupees 10. A salary is rupees 10. Therefore, what is X? X is equal to 10 divided by 100. 100 into 100 cancel. So therefore, again I can write X is equal to 10%. So therefore, 10% of C salary is A salary. Therefore, 10% of C salary is A salary. Understood? So therefore, X is equal to 10. Therefore, A's salary is 10% of the C salary. Next question, question number 10 is what percentage of 7.2 kg is 18 grams? What percentage of X percentage of 7.2 kg equal to 18 grams? Therefore, X is equal to, so this is equal to, X is equal to 18 by 7.2 by 100 is nothing but 100. Percentage is 1 by 100. So here I can write 100 into 100. So here 18 is in gram and 7.2 is in kg, kilogram. So we have to make it both will be kilogram or gram. So therefore 7.2 kg is nothing but 7.2 into 1000 grams. 1000 grams. So therefore this cancel. So therefore 18 divided by 7.2 into 10. Therefore 72. Therefore X percentage is equal to 18 by 2 is equal to 1 by 4 percentage. So therefore 1 by 4 is equal to 0.25 percentage. Therefore X is equal to 0.25 percentage is the answer. Okay, so therefore this is very simple problem. 0.25 percentage. The 11th question is a number is decreased by 10 percentage. The number is decreased by 10 percentage and then increased by 10 percentage. The number so obtained is 10 less than the original number. Less than the original number. What was the original number? What was the original number? 10% decreased, then 10% increased, or 10% increased or 10% decreased. Both will be same here. So already if there is 100 rupees, 10% decrease, 10% increase, 1% always loss. 1% always loss, and also you will be getting 99, 1 rupees less. Okay. So the number so obtained is 10 less. If it is 100, 1 less. If it is 1000, definitely how much less? 10 less. Very simple. So therefore the number so obtained is 10 less than the original number. So what was the original number? So therefore original number is 100. Very simple concept. Because any number is increased by X percentage or decreased by X percentage. So therefore X by 10 the whole square percentage always loss. Always loss, you know that. If it is 100, 1% is loss. That is, if it is under 1% is 1. Therefore, you will be getting 99 rupees. So, therefore, rupees 1 less. If it is 1000, 10 less. So, therefore, the original number is 1000. Okay. Twelfth problem is the ratio 5:4. The ratio 5:4 expressed as a percent equals. Percent equals. The ratio means the ratio A is to B is equal to A by B. Therefore, 5:4 is nothing but 5 divided by 4. We can express it into percentage. I will multiply it by 100%. That's all. I can make it percentage means you have to multiply it 100 into percentage. Both the things will be 1. So therefore, this is equal to 25. Okay. So therefore, 5 into 25. Therefore, 125%. The answer is 125%. The concept is the ratio is nothing but 5 divided by A by B, 5 by 4. The next class we will see that what is ratio, what is proportion. We will see it. Okay. Then the 13th question is a person who spends 66 2 by 3 percentage of income of his income. Okay. A person who spends 66 2 by 3 percentage of his income, he is able to pay, he is able to save rupees 1200 per month. His monthly expenses are what? Okay. The important thing is expenditure plus savings equal to income. So income is nothing but expenditure plus savings. Whatever the whatever the income, that will be divided into expenditure and savings. Two part only. Whatever you spend in various heads, all the heads either comes under expenditure head or savings head. That's all. Okay. Here, a person who spends 66 2 by 3 is 2/3. This is nothing but 2/3 of his income. About 2/3 is for expenditure. But 2/3 is for expenditure. About 1/3 is for savings. Then only 2/3 of income plus 1/3 of income. If you add it, you will be getting income. About 2/3 of expenditure. 2/3 is expenditure, 1/3 is income. So therefore 1/3 is savings. Therefore 1/3 is nothing but 1200. So 1/3 is nothing but 1200. What is 2/3? 2400. 1/3 is 1200. 2/3 is 2 times of 1 by 3. About 2 times of 1200, 2400. What is the question? His monthly expenditure. Therefore, expenditure is 2400. Savings is 1200. So therefore, total income is 3600. Our question is his monthly income expenditure is only 2400. Therefore, answer is 2400. Answer is 2400. The 14th problem is, this is also very simple. Already I said the same concept. If the price of the sugar rises from rupees 6 to 750. Rupees 6 to 750 per kg. A person to have no increase in expenditure, no increase in expenditure on sugar, we have to reduce his consumption of sugar by what? So therefore, the price increases. The expenditure is already I said, the expenditure is fixed. The price of the commodity increases, then consumption automatically will be decreased. How much percentage? So A is increased by certain percentage, then B is decreased by what percentage? Okay. So the same case, suppose this is A. So this is increased by how much percentage? Rupees 6 to rupees 750. How much increased? Out of 6, 1.5 rupees increased. Therefore, what percentage increase? This is the concept. 6 to 750 means out of 60, there will be increase of rupees 150. Then only it is 750. Therefore, every 6, 150 is increasing. So therefore, 1.5 divided by 6 into 100. So therefore, 1.5, this is equal to 4. So therefore, you will be getting 4. Okay. So therefore, 4 into 25 is 100. So therefore, 25% increase. The sugar increased 25%. The price of the sugar increased 25%. How much percentage? The consumption decrease. How much percentage? The consumption decrease. The same thing, decrease means denominator should have 100 plus. What percentage? Here is 25, here is 25. So this is equal to 25 into 100% into 100%. So this is equal to 25 divided by 125 into 100. So therefore this is equal to 1. This is 5. Therefore this is 20. 20 into 500. So therefore the consumption also decreases by 20%. Consumption also decreases by 20%. If the price of the sugar increases by 25%, the consumption is decreases by 20%. If the expenditure is fixed, say, he is not able to increase his expenditure. Okay. So therefore, this is question number 14. Question number 15 is the difference of two numbers. The difference of two numbers is 20% of the large number. %20 of the large number. If the smaller number is If the smaller number is 20, then the larger number is the difference of two numbers is 20% of the larger number. Suppose the larger number is equal to 100. If the difference of two numbers is 20% of the larger number. What is the 20% of the larger number? Is 20. But the difference is 20. A smaller number must be 80. So okay, the difference of two numbers is 20. Okay, this difference of two numbers is 20. 20 is nothing but 20% of the larger number. If the smaller number is 20, Suppose the smaller number is 20. What will be the larger number? So therefore, this number is 20% less than this. But this number is how much percentage greater than this? This number is 20% less than this. This number is how much percentage greater than this? How much percentage 20% less than this? How much percentage greater than this means 20 divided by greater in the sense divided by 100 minus 20. This is less than, this is greater than. Greater than means this is 20% less than this. Okay. So how much greater than? Greater than in the sense 20 divided by 100 by 20. So therefore 20 divided by 80 into 100. So therefore this is 4. So therefore this is 25. Therefore answer is 25. Clear? Or otherwise, what is the difference? Difference is 5. The difference of two numbers is 5. This 5 is 20% of the larger number. 20% of the larger number, 25. Is it right or not? So this is equal to 20 divided by 100 into 25. So therefore 20, this is 5, this is also 5, therefore 5. Okay, so therefore this is 20% less. So how much percentage big? So definitely this we can use it, therefore 25. Therefore the answer is 25. So the answer for this question is 25. This is the answer. Okay, so thank you.